3 things that I would not do after working as a professional psychic medium for almost 5 years now. Number 1, I would never tell someone God needed another angel or it was his or her time to pass on. I would never say that. There is not a reason as to why someone's loved one transitioned, as to why someone's loved one passed. However, what we can find reasons to is why our relationships existed to begin with. What we can find reason to is why our souls crossed paths, why the relationships existed, why the love was present, why the two of you were present on earth at the same time in one another's lives. That is where the reason lays. That is where the learning and growth exists. The learning and growth does not exist in the crossing, in the passing, in the reasoning of the death. There is no reasoning to the death. There is a reasoning to the life. Your person lived for a reason. They did not die for a reason. There is no why to death. There is a why to life and a why to relationships and a why to soul families, a why to why souls are tied together in this lifetime. That is where the whys are. Number 2, I would never, ever, ever call someone or even think of someone who crossed themselves over as selfish or foolish or not thinking of their families. And this is a paradigm shift that I reached over the course of my lifetime. Shamefully, 20 years ago, I probably would not have told you this. I probably would not have felt this way. However, after having worked with, I don't know, probably hundreds now, in the multiple hundreds of people who have crossed themselves over from the other side, it is a spectrum of situations, and it is never out of selfishness. Selfishness is never present. Mental health issues are literally no different than physical health issues. And oftentimes the illness is so present within them that they literally think that within the ill mind, within the sick mind that is ill, they literally think that their loved ones will be better off. Thus, they literally think within the sick mind, the ill mind that needs to be treated, that they are committing a selfless act, not a selfish act. So you cannot judge somebody who has crossed themselves over from your place of health. Your healthy mind cannot comprehend what an ill mind would be thinking. Additionally, many crossings of this nature that I have worked with from the other side were very spontaneous. Very spontaneous, meaning not pre-planned. They didn't know even 5 minutes prior to it occurring that it was going to occur. And oftentimes the mind is in such a place that they literally do not comprehend that action A is going to result in action B. That using said device to cross themselves over is going to cross themselves over. The thought process is not there. And I know that may be difficult, again, for a healthy mind or a mind that is not in that position at that point in time to comprehend, but that is where their mind was at that point in time. Okay, so we cannot judge, and we should remove the words selfish from our vocabulary when talking about these kinds of passings or looking at these kinds of passings. That is very small-minded and not helpful at all, especially to those who are grieving and especially to moving mental health and helping people who are in that position now on earth forward to get better. And number 3, on a bit of a lighter note, I would never think that my house was haunted. And this is something else that I used to do also. I would never ever think that my house was haunted. There is an explanation for the majority of what we humans think of as hauntings. And I have other content that goes more in depth to this that I will eventually post. But what the gist is most hauntings are either residual energy in the space, energy loops in the space, or it's actually energy being thrown off by the living. The living can actually haunt their own spaces, and that creates a loop. And then they receive the phenomena that's being created, which creates fear in themselves and throws again off more energy, further creating the phenomena. Additionally, we will have visits and contact from spirit loved ones who are literally like connected to us and our family, and our nervous systems, if we have kind of blocked ourselves off, don't know how to filter the energy, that creates fear in us, that throws off energy from us, and again, it's energy from us. There is no haunting in the case of like soul identities who you don't know and have never had a tie to coming to pester you, scare you, torment you, or being tied to a physical space. That simply is not, that's something that's been created by the media, by movies, by stories that have been passed down through generations, through a lack of understanding. There are so many logistical reasons for why that does not occur. And this is, again, something that I used to believe in and wholeheartedly think was going on in my homes as well. But now, after working as a psychic medium and understanding energy and the many ways that energy can manifest and function in our day-to-day lives, I now know that hauntings, I know that they are not a thing. So I would, as a professional psychic medium, never think that my house is haunted, and I would no longer feel that other places are haunted by an actual soul identity. Can there be phenomena occurring? Absolutely. But it is not from a soul who is passed on in the afterlife, coming to torment, scare, cause harm. It is from other sources. There's a myriad of reasons, and that would be a whole other video. So follow for more. The like button if you enjoyed this. Much love. Bye.